Hey guys, if you want an extra episode every week, then you can get one on our Patreon by becoming a patron. Patreon.com/AIDIF Just £4 a month will support us for this studio hire, which Mooch charges a lot for, very expensive, and also gets you an extra episode every week. So you know where to find us.
It's another little dance off.
This is our other promo. They sound like ghost children. They're dead children.
It sounds like a classroom, like being forced to sing with a gun held to their heads.
That little bit at the end, they hold the A.
Hello and welcome to All I Do Is Put My Marriage...
Play again, sorry.
Start that all again. Just play the last 10 seconds of that. Hello and welcome to All I Do Is Put My Marriage on the Red Lift. If my name is Matt Hancock, I am Tom Elwes. I'm joined today as ever by my co-host Mr. Ali Woods.
Hello everyone, listeners. Don't want to put it on the red lift. That's the worst bit to put it on. I'd do the black or the blue lift if possible. Red lift, the only way is down. That's what they say about marriage. Hey Tom. Hello listeners. Strong Britain. Great nation.
Yeah. And I've never felt it more than today. So
this is, and considering our last episode, we talked about having a GB News show. We've really doubled down. We've doubled down on that. Welcome, guys.
We want the algorithms to think that we are a fully right-wing podcast. That's how we're going to get people to listen to this.
But then they get 3 minutes in,
yeah,
and they're already like, well, I don't like what they're wearing. So
your top is quite patriotic. It's got red, white, and blue.
Yeah, that's true.
I think it's basically the Union Jack, but with illusion written on front.
Yeah, then it says illusion, so it's like, well, what is real? You know what I mean? Like, think about it. Got it from Primark.
Not Matt Hancock's marriage, ladies and gentlemen. That is not what is real right now. That is probably in the toilet. Could be staying strong. Who knows? Hard to say.
We're getting ahead of ourselves here. Should we first explain what that was at the start of the episode? So thank you for listening.
No
guys.
explanation needed.
I'm sure you've all finished singing it yourselves.
Yeah.
Sing along at home. Get the kids involved.
Yeah. Strong Britain, great.
What did you say?
Nation. Strong Britain, great nation.
Like,
yeah.
I thought you sort of.
What I want to know is who wrote those lyrics. How much
Matt
were they
Hancock.
paid?
Stormzy.
Yeah. And Stormzy. It was a collab. The collab that no one wanted.
Some Tory sort of aide has got someone who's written that, or PR company to write that for thousands.
No, well, yeah, exactly. That's back of the fag packet stuff. Someone's written that quickly on an MP's notebook.
Yeah,
and gone, just get them to sing this.
Yeah, what they did is they went to famous songwriters and they were like, "Can you find some of Boris Johnson's speeches and make it into a song?" And that's what they've done right there.
Who do you think would be up for writing that? Morrissey?
Yeah, I was
Morrissey.
just thinking Morrissey.
Strong Britain, great nation.
Don't eat meat.
Don't eat meat, fuck the Guardian. I don't know who that was as a singer, but
what other fully right-wing singers have come out? Oh, what's his face? He did songs, didn't he?
Lawrence
Fox. Lawrence Fox, before he had a political career, he did a sort of right-wing song career, which was, honestly, you gotta go, if you want a little treat, ladies and gentlemen, just go and look up Lawrence Fox's music career, and that will entertain you for a good 45 minutes.
Yeah, because it's great music.
Yeah.
But
we're only all I do is fail. We actually only listen to right-wing political music. That's it. Nothing else.
But the thing is, we don't have country music as a genre.
Yeah.
What is our version?
What, the Wurzels? That's British country music.
Come on, Eileen.
Mooch is taking us back in time again.
I don't know my time, but I return. No, go ahead, right?
That's true. Well, I don't know if that was the Wurzels.
Is that not the Wurzels?
I don't know.
I'll tell you what we don't.
I'll check my pogs later. But we don't. What's our version of that? Because we've had a lot of people on this podcast talk about their worst ever gig being Butlins, and it always ends the same way. It was like, I was booed I was booed for 18 of my 20 minutes. Mick Ferry comes on, does very well, and then Madness come on and smash it.
I would say Madness, but
So
also
maybe Madness.
No, but we don't have it. We don't have country music because we have things like Morris dancing, and that's what they don't have in America. I feel like all the people who listen to country music are doing Out with the Bells on their ankles.
It's folk music. It's folk
dancing.
music, not.
But
I've got the
folk's
words
really-
was Combine Harvester up here, which is a banger. Can we?
Well, yeah. Well, are you going to sing it for us, or are you going to play it, or?
I'm gonna play it.
Okay. I don't know. We will definitely get pulled if you.
Folk, I say, is left wing.
Folk is left wing? Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
My old landlord was a folk singer, got nominated for a Mercury Prize. He was a nutter. We had to write the contract for him because he didn't know how contracts work. Ended up paying £3.50 a month. I don't think we'll get cancelled or if we talk over it a bit.
Yeah. Yeah. That is like.
These guys definitely vote.
Actually, you know what?
They're done.
Yeah. I would probably agree with that. You know what? We also have the sea shanty people as well. That's like British sort of country music, isn't it?
Sea shanty.
You know the sea shanty thing that was like really big.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're pirates though, aren't they?
But I don't think they're actually.
You know what? They would. What sort of pirates are
I've
voting
seen
for Boris
Captain
Johnson?
Phillips, and I don't think they're very.
Do you reckon Somalian pirates? Do you reckon Somalian pirates have like some
sea
banging tunes?
shanties.
Like some like Somalian sea shanties.
That's where they came
Well, I'm on the sea.
from. Was it that one that went round? Long may the well man come, but no sugar and rum. And they're doing that about capture Tom Hanks. Hold the gun up to Hanks and tell him I'm the captain now. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's probably maybe their version.
Yeah.
But would pirates vote for the Conservative Party?
No, they'd be going for like a freedom.
The thing is, sea shanties aren't voting right wing. We've only had the Conservatives in for about 200 years. Anyway, pirates were well before that.
I think the monarchy is pretty right wing.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, I would
we
say
don't
the
vote for
monarchy
monarchy.
definitely a right wing, but where the pirates are pretty like non-law abiding, so they're going to be anti-law
Whoa,
and order.
What were you say there, Tom? No one gets slandered for that one.
Cancelled by pirates.
I'm big in the pirate community. You need to back up.
Look, this is our culture.
Yeah. Unpopular podcast host Tom Elwes has been caught out today. Famed pirates rights activist actually said, I think you'll find pirates are generally not very law-abiding.
You'll see me in front of a camera being like, I'm very sorry, I'd like to apologise to the pirate community.
Yeah, he started by just going, ahoy. I was wrong.
Tom walks the plank.
I am sorry, mateys.
Sorry, mateys. I was wrong there.
Avast, I was wrong.
And then they sort of go, thank you very much. And then they just push him off the sea. Push him off. But you're quite right. I think pirates were generally not very law abiding.
Yeah.
I would say so. But they also wouldn't have voted, I don't think, because they famously live in international waters going from place to place.
No, but when
I don't think they're coming into the polling station.
To port.
Point
And
that finger at me.
Where are the ports? Cornwall, Devon. That's where they'd be voting.
Liverpool.
Exactly. I don't know.
Famous Labour stronghold.
Yeah, but do you think pirates were hanging out in Liverpool? I don't think so. I think pirates were more hanging out in sort of Cornwall.
Yeah, I tend to agree with Tom on this one. Kinda
What
like-
do you think? Do you think pirates have gone
like, there's
around
pirates-
stealing shit?
I've seen Peaky
and
Blinders
taking
through
people-
pirates.
Mate, like they're not going to the ports because they've just robbed everyone at the ports.
Yeah.
So then they won't get the culture of it. They'll vote the other way, if anything.
I would have loved to have been a
Do
pirate.
you think a pirate is? You would have been a
I'd
pirate.
love to have been a pirate.
Because your clothes are ripped anyway. To be fair, but
Swashbuckling, and you couldn't have been a pirate. Been impossible.
What do you mean I couldn't?
Well,
have been a
only if they
pirate?
stayed in British
You've
seas,
got-
because you would melt on a pirate ship.
You got people working below decks.
Yeah, that's true. You could be.
You
I could have been part of the Caribbean pirate crew.
Yeah.
They've got
Just a
Trinidad and
token
Tobago
white guy.
pirates, and then me go, God, it's sweltering out here, isn't it, chaps? That wouldn't have worked. But I could have been in the Irish piracy, maybe.
Yeah, you could have been in like British Sea Pirates. That's what I mean. You could have been a British.
That's my favourite band. But
Yeah.
I don't know, like Norwegians and like those guys, all the Vikings were technically pirates,
Look
weren't
at
they?
that.
Oh, well, now we're
you
getting
go.
technical. We know what kind of pirates we're talking. We're talking either the Somali pirates or the British
You said I
classic
could be
Caribbean
with the
pirate.
Somali pirates. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
We
You
hang out with them.
could hang out with Somali pirates. That's like the name of like a reggae band, the Somali Pirates.
Yeah, no, that's a very a Trustafarian band out of
Yeah,
Bristol.
yeah.
Guys, hey, yeah, we're the Somali Pirates. Yeah, we can call ourselves that.
Yeah.
Like, let's reduce the stigma, guys. Anyway, here's our favourite ska cover
Yeah.
of the London Grammar song.
Somali Pirates.
The Somali Pirates. We'll get them next, just for balance. We'll get them to open next week's podcast. So we had Strong Nation, Great Britain.
Yeah.
Oh, was it Strong Britain, Great Nation?
Great Nation, yeah.
We'll have the Somali Pirates open with Corbyn was
yeah.
God.
Corbyn's brother was right. Have you seen the videos of? Have you seen Corbyn's brother ripping down all the mask stuff on the tube? It's pretty impressive.
No.
Yeah. So he was on the tube. He was filmed because he's a notorious anti-masker.
Okay.
Pulling down all the things saying wear your masks.
Yeah, it's kind of he's the embarrassing brother.
Yeah.
He's just a bit
Corbyn's
mental.
son, is he?
Yeah, and I suppose Corbyn is his embarrassing
Yeah.
brother. Like, I
Corbyn.
suppose which one of the foot you wear it on.
Fun fact about Piers Corbyn and his kids.
Piers, is that his name?
Sorry. Piers Corbyn is his son, but Jeremy Corbyn.
Right.
And so I assume it would have been Piers. But Jeremy Corbyn and his first wife, who they had Piers with, they divorced over whether or not to send Piers to the school I went to.
Why?
Because they said I'd be too bad an influence. No. The school I went, because it's a grammar school, and they're in Angel in North London.
Yeah.
And the grammar school's not there, but that's where
Yeah.
they did. And they wanted to send him there. Well, you can only get in on tests, but Jeremy Corbyn's so anti even the principle of grammar schools in existence. So even though it was a free school,
Okay.
they fell out over it and they divorced over that.
Wow.
So there you go.
That was the divorce.
My link to Jeremy Corbyn.
Okay. Could have hung out with his son. You probably would have got on pretty well with him.
Me and him ripping down the posters.
Yeah, you and the Somali Pirates
yeah.
making your music together.
Hi, I'm Ali Woods and I'm Piers Corbyn.
Yeah.
And we are the Somali Pirates. Let's pray. Take that mask down
Yeah.
and take that statue down.
Yeah, this one.
And just it's like a reggae. I'm wearing like a big reggae
Yeah.
hat, the Rasta hat.
You're doing a tour of Brighton, Bristol, some places
Stoke
in
Newington.
Norwich. Yeah, Stoke Newington, Dalston. That's it. You know, all the big hot spots.
The big hotspots. The Somali Pirates coming to town. Should we be worried?
Yeah.
Yeah, their music's shit.
Cambridge as well. You do gigs in
Cambridge, Oxford, a little bit
Yeah.
in the student.
Yeah.
In the
The
student
liberal
places.
colleges,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, and even though I'm like 31, there's like some 20-year-old student coming up to me going, "Oh my god, you're so inspiring." I'm like, "Yeah, mate. Yeah, like I just get it."
It's pretty hard being in the
like,
Somali Pirates.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, like people like don't appreciate it. We're
They
like
judge you on your
white
skin
guys.
colour.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Do you know why we're called the Somali Pirates? Because we've actually been to Somalia. That's what we named it.
so I went to Somalia on safari.
Yeah. Yeah.
I did my gap year.
I
Yeah.
built a school, I think.
Yeah.
I helped take over a tanker.
Exactly, yeah.
I actually helped them.
I did a year
You
with
know-
the Somali Pirates.
You
so,
know.
yeah. I mean, I was captured, but still, like, it was like a year. I
was
suppose
like-
it was like work experience.
Oh yeah, I was like, lads, literally, you don't need to catch me. I'm here to help.
I mean, I'm on
here to
your
help.
side. I'm
Yeah.
literally.
I actually raised like £5,000 in ransom for my own life.
yeah. And obviously, like my dad paid it, whatever, good lad. But like,
But really
yeah.
helping the cause.
Yeah. But we didn't probably explain the song at the start. Tom, you're our anchor man. What is going on with our intro?
So
song?
the intro was a song.
And then we can go on to old Matty Hancock.
Yeah, so it was a song that was written by, we're not entirely sure, but someone in government has written it, and they want it to be
Not a music writer, not a musician.
No. And they want
Probably
that
your ex.
to be like the new. They want that to be the new national anthem, and that to be sung in schools daily. I think they were saying.
They want it to be the new national anthem.
Well,
as
not the
well.
new national anthem, but they want it to be sung in schools like daily by all kids and stuff.
Well, at least something we can all agree on. But that's good. So it was very short, wasn't it? I'm just going to get up all the lyrics to that one. So Strong Britain, Great Nation, but also it goes, "We are Britain and we have one dream." So that's the first lyric, and then it goes, "To unite all people in one great team." And then it goes Strong Britain, Great Nation. So is it about the Euros? Is it
I
Team
hope so.
GB?
Yeah. Maybe the Olympic squad. That's probably a bit
Yeah.
more, diverse. I would say that for me, it feels a lot like V for Vendetta. That's what that song feels like to me.
Yeah,
that feels like the
yeah.
government in V for Vendetta.
Have you listened to the Jamie XX cover, the remix?
No, but it's great.
No, it's all right.
I feel like someone online though on Twitter.
Oh, there'll be a
definitely
drum and
where
bass
people-
bootleg. Or
Yeah,
something like
yeah,
that,
yeah. One lizard.
And then it goes, yeah,
One
yeah,
nation, one nation,
Yeah,
one
yeah.
nation, one
To be
nation.
one great team. Strong Nation. Yep, there'll be a lot of that. So yeah, I mean, it's absolutely dystopian, isn't it? It's very scary and worrying.
It's not scary. It's just it's ridicule.
It's worrying that it's got to this point. That's what scares me.
I don't know. They're suggesting it's sung in all schools. They're not forcing.
It's not. No, it's not.
So I think it's a distraction piece because something else is happening. This and Matt Hancock.
Well, I mean, Matt Hancock is maybe it's all a distraction for the Delta variant, which Delta Plus. Sorry, we should quickly talk about Delta Plus.
Got the upgrade.
Yeah, we got the upgrade, ladies and gentlemen. So in India, they have discovered a variant of the Delta variant. So it's Delta Plus. Okay,
all right.
Your plus plan to
Delta. It's called variantception.
Yeah, and
there's a variant inside the variant.
Yeah, well, it's plus. It's better. It's more effective.
Better, yeah, exactly. No, you could get the Delta variant standard. That's fine. That'll get you coronavirus. But I would recommend getting the Delta variant plus. Because
you're covered.
You're covered. Any vaccine you've got, it will be ineffective.
Burn right through that shit. Burn right through.
It will sort you out and get you really bad fever. All the symptoms, everything's covered.
Yeah. Definitely getting corona 100% if you have Delta Plus.
100%. So I would just get the Delta Plus to be honest, if you can afford it.
Gun to your head. So Delta Plus, apparently they found it in India and they're worried. And in classic fashion, they've also said, I will be honest, we have found it already in the UK. So it's here, guys. Embrace
I love those
it.
ones where it's like as soon as something like there's a South African variant gets announced, it's almost immediately like, and it's in Kent. It's like, oh, we've just discovered there's this Ugandan variant that has somehow found itself in Macclesfield.
It's crazy. It's just wow.
How we couldn't have prepared for this. We could not have done anything.
Impossible.
Are you? What do you think of the Delta Plus then? Do you think it's going to make us all go back into lockdown, or do you think it's going to? The reality is,
we are waiting. It's a waiting game for a variant that does deceive the vaccines. That is just. It's going to happen eventually, isn't it? Like unless we all get booster jabs.
And then what?
And then we're fucked. So.
So you just think this is the end of days?
I think it's quite telling that some countries are not opening their borders at all.
Yeah.
At all.
Whereas us, we
nil point borders lifting, but we don't give a fuck. We can go to Ibiza now, ladies and gentlemen. So,
which is we always end on a positive note. This has been All I Do Is Fail. We'll see you for next week's episode in Ibiza.
It's quite
where we'll be listening to the Strong Britain Great Nation remix.
DC-10.
Strong
Pasha.
Britain.
We'll just be like, thank you very much.
Dance Nation.
Yeah, exactly. Dance Nation. Yeah. Ministry of Strong Britain. Yeah, exactly. But by the way, Mooch is in the studio with us again. By the way, are you okay, Mooch?
Yeah, I'm good.
Dave, the classic podcasting expertise, which you just can't buy. A thumbs up for podcast.
Oh yeah, there are listeners as well. I'm good, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Really
give some respect to our listeners. I mean, I hope you're both doing well.
Yeah.
So we can go to Ibiza, and that's cool. But honestly, mate, I just think we're past it. I think they can't do any more lockdowns because there'll just be too much civic unrest. If Piers Corman's out and about, they'll be scared. They'll be scared of Piers. If Piers is ripping down the posters.
The thing is, Piers Corbyn, and also, well, I guess ex-friend of the show, old Mark Dolan,
ex-friend of the show, welcome back anytime. As we were saying, friends
but you
of the show
can't
come. Ex-friends, absolutely.
So a small part of me thinks there's many photos of me and Ali with Dolan with his arms around us, embracing us,
like
taking us under his wing.
Yeah. And just with the caption, these guys get it.
These guys, and now he's cutting masks up live on LBC.
On one of the biggest broadcasters or talk broadcasters in the country.
Yeah.
And didn't invite us for that one, but we've been on his show before.
Because I would have cut masks straight away with him.
Exactly.
For that following.
I would have ripped it Hulk Hogan style.
Yeah. Strong Britain.
Strong Britain. Great nation.
No need for masks and hand
sanitation.
I think this is already, we've put more thought into this song than the people who made the song within the sort of 20 minutes we've been talking about it. But what about Mark Dolan? What, you think this is the way we're going? But I think there will be too much civic unrest if they told everyone's going to lockdown.
I agree, and I'll be at the forefront.
I don't know. I feel like Mark Dolan would have.
You'll have a baby, mate. I'll see you later. But
I'm having a ruck before this baby's out.
Oh right. Okay.
one party before it all goes down.
Yeah, it's my freedom stag.
Dolan's going to, I don't know what he'll cut. If they lock it down and like cut his clothes off live on air or something, you have to cut something. I need freedom.
Go get balls out for freedom. That's the new initiative.
I will
for
be
Harambe,
presenting.
balls out for COVID Delta.
Balls out
for Delta Plus.
Yeah, we'll be presenting naked until they let us free. Right, let's move on to the big news, ladies and gentlemen. The big stuff.
Britney Spears.
That is news.
I just thought I'd just interject because it's a crazy story. That we
She
didn't
got
talk
off with
about.
Matt Hancock as well.
Yes, that's actually Britney Spears, and it's free Britney Spears from Matt Hancock.
That was the breaking point. They were like, she needs some support. So yeah, Britney Spears.
Free Britney. I've been following. Have you seen the documentary?
No.
You're
Tom, I don't think you've ever said to me, have you seen this documentary? And I've said yes. In the 3-4 years we've been doing this podcast.
You're not watching enough niche documentaries. I love it.
Have you watched the documentary Comedian?
Yeah.
Of course you have. You just need to know your market, know what his audience is. He's going to watch stuff about comedy and possibly a Man U one. That's about it.
Yeah, man. That's
so simple, man. I'll watch documentary on almost anything.
Yeah, because you're
gets over 4 stars.
Because you're a documentary slut. Yes, as long as it gets a good write up in all the papers, by which I mean the Guardian, maybe the New European.
Yeah, and I won't read that write up. I'll just see the stars, and that's all I need. Right. So anyway, free Britney just quickly. Free Britney, by the way.
Take
free
your
Britney.
time. The amount of news stories you say just quickly, as if we've got more important, as if we talk about, as if we
Free
have
Britney.
depth.
This is Free Britney.
You're Free Britney.
Yeah, so Free Britney, basically, she was under a conservatorship, which is placed on by her father, which is generally imposed on people if they have like quite severe like mental health issues, or they're towards the end of their life and they have like dementia and they've gone senile. So it's like basically you can't be held responsible for your like finances in life because you'll destroy them, or there's a worry that you'll do something erratic and insane because you're not within stable mind, right? So they placed this conservatorship over her, and one of the things that has come out as a part of the conservatorship is that they forced her to stay on contraception even though she wanted another child, and her dad was like nope, and as a part of it she had to stay on the contraception, amongst the loads of other stuff like not being allowed finances, being told when she has to work and when she can't work, etc. But it sounds like it's pretty hectic, almost like
13 years. It's been going on since 2008.
Yeah. And I think there was a period, I know she lost custody of her children in 2000 and K-Fed got them, which, sort of, I don't know, that's pretty mad.
Like, that's a big deal though, isn't it? I mean, like, sort of for a mum to lose their custody of their kids, and for it to go to fucking Kevin Federline.
Exactly. Yeah.
So maybe, it's kind of like maybe
we think Rasputin would do a better job.
Yeah, K-Fed.
It sort of leads you to believe, okay, maybe she was.
No, I think there was a period in her time where I definitely think substance was involved, and she probably was a bit, and mental health pressures and all the shit she was dealing with. She went through so much, the poor girl, and there was a reason that she probably did lose custody of her children at that period of time. But it does seem like right now, that she is completely fine and would be absolutely A-okay to look after her children and to look after her finances. Obviously there would be like managers and stuff helping her out, but I think it sounds like this insane controlling thing that her dad has placed on her so he can get money. That's what it sounds like. I mean, I don't 100% know, but that's what it looks like to me. And I feel like
you don't.
I feel like the conservatorship should be removed. So free.
But this is the thing. Like, fans will always back the star and who they've got an emotional attachment to. Mm-hmm. I don't know the relationship between the father and Britney. You'd like to hope that he had her best interest in it, and you kind of want to maybe listen to her father than just random fans.
Yeah, no, I do. I did watch the documentary.
I mean, I haven't seen the documentary, but like it always seems so clear cut in these.
Oh, of course, because the fans and the uproar online is definitely pro Britney because it's all her fans. But in the documentary, there was some quite like sort of chilling moments where it was just like her dad. They had her ex like PA, the person who was with her entire career, like, all through. Her becoming famous and then being massively famous. And they, she just said her dad would come in and just be like, my daughter's going to get me a boat. And he was just, quite sort of aggressive with the money and wanted
I mean, you do get, I've got to say, and a lot of people will be surprised at this, but I don't know loads about Britney Spears.
That does shock me.
Yeah. But from my...
Yeah.
I mean, I can sing along to some fucking tunes. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that.
So good.
I could probably do the breakdown of before she comes back in with Oops, I Did It Again.
Yeah.
Where they go, but I thought the old lady dropped it in the ocean. Oh, baby, I went in and got it for you. Oh, you shouldn't have.
Have you...
Oops, I did it again to your heart. Oh, it's just...
If you ever want a quality bit of Naughty's TV, watch Jedward doing that breakdown halfway through their performance.
Really?
It is fan-fucking-tastic. It is. They literally stop halfway through the performance, both wearing the red Britney jumpsuits, and look at each other and go, John, what happened to it? I don't know, Edward. Oh,
yeah, okay.
Stuff.
That's something to look up for you at home.
Yeah.
And I will say, though, I did watch the Amy Winehouse documentary, Amy, which I would be...
Oh, God. What year is this? 2012? Come on.
Yeah, probably, yeah. It was after Senna, which was 2009, so I think same company, so yeah. But the dad in that similarly comes across as really horrible, and just using their daughter to get a richer, more famous life.
It reminds me of that episode of Atlanta, where he goes... Teddy Perkins, and he makes a museum of bad dads, and he goes in there. It's like Marvin Gaye's dad and Michael Jackson's dad, and just like it's just so true. Like Britney's dad could have definitely been in it, and Amy Winehouse's dad. It's just like when someone gets super famous and super rich, family in particular, they'll be the person that you turn to and seek solace in when everyone else is going crazy around you and you think has your best interest in heart. And sometimes, a lot of the time they do, but sometimes they do not.
There's the opposite side of it. You could look at the Kardashians' mum.
Yeah,
she's made
that she pimped out all her kids and just made them,
which is what managers do.
Okay.
So is that
not true?
Mooch, you want to manage me and Ali? You can manage your podcast.
No. I only work with real talent.
Mooch has got his own investment coming out very soon.
Yeah.
He's going to Project Mbappe. Just getting this kid to be...
Project Britney.
Project Britney, yeah. So he's already got a few pop hits in the lineup, mate. As soon as when we come in here in about 3 years' time and he's got his little toddler there just singing, Dad, I want to go home. Sing the song!
No, he's not even going to make him a pop star. He's going to make him like a podcaster from day. Just like, practice your podcast.
It's the baby podcast.
You need to practice your intros, motherfucker. Practice your intros.
I'm not being funny, but like what kids watch on YouTube, you could probably just put a baby on there.
Yep.
Trademarks.
There you go for it.
That's how it works, right?
Yeah. Get your kids.
Make sure we cut that bit out. That doesn't go on air ever. But yeah, no, I'm all for Free Britney then.
Yeah, I think Free Britney.
I'd like to see Britney do a version of Strong Britain, Great Nation.
Strong Britney, Great Nation.
Strong Britney.
Oh, wow.
Strong Britney. Shit father.
Yeah, for the conservatory.
You're not free.
Yeah. The conservatorship party.
Yeah.
But well, yeah, I mean, it sounds like fucking torture. I saw someone on I've got a very liberal feed because I'm just a good bloke, but I saw everyone coming out in support on my Twitter feed, and they were saying what the worst thing was in those trials and those assessments and stuff, she had to play down how upset she was at what was being decided, because obviously if she was like, you can't do this, like, and then be like, yeah, she's clearly crazy.
Yeah.
It's like that scary thing of like trying to prove to someone that you're not crazy. How do you do that?
It's tough.
It ain't by doing a podcast for 3 years.
It's not helped. Her social media can be quite erratic if you do look at it now.
Whose isn't?
But in particular, hers
mine's all over the shop.
Is pretty intense at points.
Oh,
but
really?
that doesn't mean, just because her social media is not the norm, doesn't mean that she's not of sane mind. And I think this conservatorship needs to be lifted. And that is my final take on that.
That's the final take.
So the verdict here is we are Free Britney.
Free Britney.
Free Britney, Strong Nation. So Club Nation.
Well, you've got the title of the pod there.
Yeah, Free Britney, Strong Nation, episode 1. But you know who is not of sound mind? The woman who got off with Matt Hancock. Please,
okay, so
Tom, fill us in.
This Matt Hancock story is wild. First of all, the woman he got off with, it was his aide. She is married to a much better looking man who's also a millionaire and founded Olivia Bonus, the high street... Oliver Bonus, sorry, not Olivia Bonus.
It wasn't very successful.
Yeah.
Knock off.
Yeah.
That's all right in Vietnam. Olivia Bonus. Yeah, that's it. That's the brand.
He's a millionaire and much better looking than Hancock, right?
If you do say so yourself.
So I'm wondering why this woman has opted to have an affair with Matt Hancock.
Some people just want to watch the world burn. I think I didn't even care that But look, let's talk about it. We as our producer Mooch has his story getting up. As instructors, we need to actually explain our stories first, right? So the story of this one is that current Health Secretary Matt Hancock has been revealed by the Sun this morning. It's just pictures, isn't it? There's not a video.
No, I think there is a video.
There is a video.
Yeah.
There's a video.
Shitter.
Yeah.
Have you got
if it was pictures, what were you
I can get
saying?
the video up if you want.
Huh?
You could have got away with it if it was pictures.
No, because the picture's obviously very revealing as well, because he's literally got his hand on her ass and they're getting off. Like, I mean, the way he does it as well is just so creepazoid. It's like so like 14-year-old boy, like first time they're getting off with a girl, like trying to like, what can I do? Like, do I get to touch everything? Like, would I just put my mouth against theirs? And I said 14-year-old boy. That's what I thought.
Well, look, Freudian slip, mate.
I was going to let that go.
I thought it was normal, but
that's all right.
the silence from you guys were like 14-year-old boy getting a blowjob for the first time.
Yeah.
Is that what you meant?
Yeah, that's not. We'll move on from that.
Having kisses, but that was my first kiss.
Do you want to watch this video? Or?
Yeah. I thought you were waiting for you to get it up. Okay, here we go. Right, okay.
Here we go.
If you're on the YouTube, you'll be able to see this.
This is the Sun. So I'm sorry.
I don't like the Sun, but I don't like my
A lot of people were tweeting, please stop posting the front page of that Sun.
About appointing friends to a position at the House
We might have to
Parliament,
talk over this.
This shit is it.
I didn't need this bit.
Well, look, first of all,
what's going on here?
All right, cool. I'll scroll through to.
I wanted to get to the bit where we actually see them in Big Brother style getting off.
Yeah.
I need to
Maybe there isn't a video.
It's quite an old.
I think it's just a still.
Say, beyond that,
that's what I think. I think it's just
feel
pictures.
you
What
tend
the
to be
hell?
into
This is just some
commenting
knobhead
on,
talking about.
personal
It's like Boris
matters
Johnson
and-
with the aide reverse app.
So-
But anyway, so he has been caught by the Sun breaking social distancing restrictions. Not technically breaking because they work together, as you say. Not technically breaking the sort of lockdown. You couldn't see anyone restriction because they work together. But obviously, he ain't 2 meters apart from her. Not even close.
But they work together, so he's not breaking the rules.
No, but you're not allowed. You're still supposed to social distance at work.
And the sanctity of marriage.
Yeah, he's come out to apologise, but he's broken the rule. He's broken like this, the official guideline social distancing rules for working together. Like, they don't need to be getting off to work together, Tom. I don't know how your office goes. And we used to record in your office, and it was you and one bloke who was divorced. So who knows what was going on there?
He used to genuinely sleep. He slept in the office.
You never saw this, Moosh, but this guy.
Oh man! Our first recording studio, ladies and gentlemen. I worked in an office in Shoreditch, and one of the dudes got divorced. So he just put a bed in the meeting room and started sleeping there. It was really depressing.
It was brutal. I felt bad for him, but I think that the thing was that he cheated on his missus, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So it was less bad.
I used to work in an office, and I had some friends who were like nightclub promoters, and they shared an office with some desk space with these other sort of like freelancers.
Right.
And every now and again they'd come in the morning, and like this poor girl who lived on a houseboat, I think, but got had something happened. She had to get the boat fixed or something. So they'd come in and she'd just be sleeping under her desk most mornings, and it's just like,
wow.
Bloody hell.
Houseboat, don't fancy it. Never thought about living in a houseboat.
I have. When you were with the Somali pirates.
That's a big ship. A regular houseboat, no way.
why not?
Of course, Mooch. International waters, do what you want.
If you don't go up
No
and
rules.
downstairs, you get weird. I'm telling you, you turn into a boat person. Have you ever seen those crusty houseboat people?
Yeah, no, I know the girls houseboat people. Yeah.
Yeah, well, of course you do. But like,
Well, I
the
get
rest
on
of
with
us-
them because I'm a man of the people. It's welcome.
It's 40 grand, and that's
Yeah, it's
your house.
expensive.
No, to buy a boat.
Oh
No, but then you have to pay a mooring fee, which is
No, you don't.
Yeah, you do.
No,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
don't.
Yeah, you do.
All you have to do is you have to move it every 2 weeks.
To keep it on Regent's Canal, I thought you had to pay a fee, like a mooring.
Well, there's
This isn't the How to Get a Houseboat podcast, for goodness sake. What are you guys chatting about?
We should do a separate property podcast pitch because I'm amidst buying a house.
It's basically you can move. You can stay somewhere for 2 weeks, and you have to have a certain license for that. There's no moorings or anything like that. That's just if you want to just park up on any canal around London. But you have to move. But generally, no one moves. They can, or they do it every month or so.
Surely there's like more boats than canal space.
There is. It's a real problem that's happening because people can't afford to pay for moorings, and they come down and live in London. It's a cheap way. You've got 40 grand and you've got a house. You've got somewhere to live, and you don't have to pay council tax, rubbish, all of that sort of stuff as well.
My questions with it are like, one, is there flushing toilets? Two,
What do you
shower
mean is there
situation.
flushing toilets? Would you just shit in the river?
Well, yeah, I think that was a bit of a problem for a while. People were shitting in buckets and lobbing it out.
You have a septic tank sort of thing that you have to get flushed out.
And you wanted to live there then, Mooch?
No, but I've got a friend who does.
Okay. But look, if that's the style you want to live in, then why not? That's no problem.
I don't know if I'm not.
Of course you would, mate.
Person.
Because look at you. Look how tall you are. You'd have to have some sort of like.
You want to have a bachelor pad anyway with like all.
You lying down would be the whole fucking length of the boat.
I'm 6'3", ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. Well, fucking. Also, you'd forget where you parked as well. I imagine you'd be like, "Oh my god, where did I put it? Shit! I'm literally gonna have to walk down the whole canal today to find my fucking boat."
I tell you,
it's literally the hardest thing that anyone's ever had to do. Is this honestly?
I did once drop a Boris bike into that canal, and when I was drunk, and then I forgot about it, and then I got a massive fine.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, and rightly so. Good to see the system works. Anyway, why do we go on to houseboats? We were talking about
Matt Hancock,
and
he's been done. So
yeah. Anyway, also that divorce. Yeah, so I remember when we were recording in that studio, and you were like, "Yeah, he's going to be around a bit more," and I was like, "Do you think he'll be long?" And you were like, "No, I think he's just having a bit of time to take away from it."
Yeah.
And then I came in next week, and you were like, "Yeah, he's got a bed."
yeah, he bought a bed. It was pretty wild because he was like one of the most senior dudes, and like he was like. His name was on the office lease, I guess. So he was just like, yeah, fuck it. I'm just going to put a bed in there. And he was always like, yeah, it's pretty good. Like, I'd come in early in the morning and he'd be like, sort of in his pants eating cereal. I'd be like, how's it going, man? And he'd be like, yeah, man, I love living here. It's great. It's a central location. Yeah. It's great.
When we were about to record one time.
Is there showers in your office?
Yeah, there was a shower, yeah.
When we were about to record one time, he was like, I'm going to get out your hair. And then he just regaled us with strip club story after strip club story.
Oh, I like this guy now.
To the point where at least 3 times he said, "Oh, I've actually got one more for you." And then just went to another one. Me and my lads were in Budapest, Bucharest, Slovakia, Bratislava, Prague, like every single. But I think And I was like, "Oh, so weird that you're married."
Yeah.
And he wasn't involved on the All I Do Is Fail podcast.
He would have loved to have been, honestly. He was quite a straight-laced dude, and then you scratch the surface and it was all strip clubs and parties.
Yeah, fucking loved it. So, Matt Hancock has got off with this woman, been caught on photos. And he's
CCTV footage.
CCTV. Okay. And so he's broken the guidelines, and he's also cheated on his marriage, and she's cheated on her marriage apparently. How do we feel about this, Tom? I'm personally, I just want to say I'm aghast. I never thought these guys were anything but upstanding citizens.
It's quite a throwback to sort of like 90s News of the World scoops, you know? It's quite this will do unfortunately wonders for the Sun. Like this will be huge.
The way it was as well, a grainy image, very sort of early noughties. Do you remember the fake shake?
Yeah. Talisa and the fake shake.
The fake shake, that was a great one. Yeah. That was a great one they stitched people up with, to be fair. I always imagined they got some white guy to do it.
Yeah.
I thought it was like Kevin from The Office who can do impressions, who would go down there like they didn't even...
You get the intern like, right, who wants to do the fake shake this week?
Exactly.
Come on. Come on.
Right, auditions for the fake shake, 15 minutes, throw your hat in, and then people would come with like a Holiday Inn towel. With a cable around their head. I always felt like but anyway, so it's very fake shake, very sort of naughties. And I mean, there's just guys are just a bunch of wankers, which is what we know. If anything, this gives Matt Hancock more personality than I thought he even had.
I'm saying he resigns.
I don't know who would ever sexualize him at all. Why? You think people would get off with him?
Money.
Why would anyone get off with him?
He's got loads of money.
But clearly that's not the point, because her husband's got millions.
Well, he's got power.
Her husband is Olivia Bonus.
Yeah. Maybe that's why she's...
But why would you get off with Matthew Hancock?
Because you are...
For laugh.
Money and power is why that old Hancock is you know, he's obviously attractive to some people. I don't know why.
He's useless, though. He's not a powerful man.
But I'm saying he resigns. You reckon he resigns?
This guy.
You know what I mean? Right there.
Oh, that guy's...
How would you get off with him?
This is the lady doing, what is her name? Wendy something, doing a news piece, and he's just standing there, silent, like just completely ignoring personal space. It's just, it's crazy.
So, did you see the NHS guy, and he runs, the guy who's operations manager at hospital, and... it's technically off camera, but the footage has been leaked where like they're about to do the interview, or they're midway through doing the interview, but final edit hasn't come, and he's there answering questions, and he's with his PR person, and so they go, and it was the time that Matt Hancock had been called useless, and they were like, "Do you think Matt Hancock's useless?" And he goes, and then the PR person's like, "We said we weren't going to answer these sort of questions," and he went, "I can't. I'm not gonna answer that one." And it was just like someone said, it's the complete imagining of, you know, the Jose Mourinho one when he goes, "I cannot speak. If I speak, I'm in big trouble."
Yeah. My silence does it all.
Yeah, literally. But he's looking at the camera and being like saying it all with his eyes, just being like, I can't come out and say the health secretary is useless. Yeah. Obviously, I'm literally operations manager at a hospital.
I think he's.
You think he resigns? I don't think he'll resign.
Really? I don't think, like, what? Who's resigned from this mess so far?
They will cheat on their missus. They'll probably marry this woman in 4 years, and the Telegraph will do it about how they find love in the most unusual places.
Become Prime Minister.
Through a pandemic, what we really caught was affection for each other. Like, that's what it will be. In the Daily Mail, we'll have a scoop on it. And you know, but Boris Johnson, during the midst of the fucking Delta variant, he's just getting married to his missus who's now 20 years younger than him. These guys are crooks. They don't give a fuck.
Age ain't nothing but a number.
But well, your wife is, well, not wife, but older than you, isn't it?
Yeah. Is that a problem? Because I'm a toy boy, is that an issue?
That's
Age is nothing but a number.
How everyone describes you, Mooch. Toy boy, little cradle snatcher.
What's the oldest woman you would date?
Would date?
Yeah.
Well, I do agree with Mooch in that age is just a number, but I think there's something creepy about having so many kids with so many.
How old
wives,
is
and those
16 anyway?
Wives getting progressively.
Quote Dave Chappelle.
Wives getting progressively younger. So my rule for.
I'll go the other way. I'll date a 60-year-old.
You date a 60-year-old?
Yeah, she's. Yeah.
What would they have? What would you talk
Money.
about with a 60-year-old? Have you seen this documentary on? No, I have not.
Yeah, would sit inside when it was cold and have a nice time.
My rule for upwards, I don't have a specific rule. Downwards, my general rule is I got told this when I was younger is 14 above. No, it's half your age plus 7.
Yeah, okay, that's a good rule.
That's where it starts to get creepy.
Yeah,
after that.
Good.
So for you wouldn't want to date a girl younger than 37.
Yeah, it's perfect. I'm happily betrothed, so I don't,
But yeah, I don't think they're gonna get. I don't think he's gonna get sacked. I don't think he's gonna resign. These guys are crooks. They do cookery every week.
Look, this shit is happening in every office.
Yeah, that's true.
Let's be perfectly why are we holding politicians up to this like the standard that's above, from some guy at Foxton's who's diddling the fucking secretary?
We vote for them, innit? They're
We're
supposed
all
to represent
crooks.
We're
all crooks.
But
he makes a point. He does make a point.
If he was competent in doing this, that's what people said about Cummings, was that he was an evil genius, and that people were like, well, I sort of respect how weird he is because he's fucking clearly really good at his job, which his job was to destroy the democracy. But Hancock is incompetent and he's a shit bloke. It's one of those where if he was like, I love my wife, I love my kids, I'm a good guy, I just don't know how to do health. Like, I don't know how it works.
So you're saying you can't be both? You can't be both?
You can't. That's the thing with the Tories and with general right-wing politicians is I feel like their angle is, hey, look, we're evil, but we're competent. That's the thing. It's like, look, I'm not going to sit here and pretend I care about homeless people, but I will make the economy stronger. I'm going to make you richer, and that's the vibe, right? But you can't have both. I'm going to let everyone die, and then I'm going to get off with this woman I work with. And also, it's not even funny or charismatic. It's not even like...
Bojo can't get its way with it because he is an actual clown.
Boris will do it. Trump did it as well.
He's a bit of a laugh, to be fair.
Yeah,
like, when you see him, you're like, oh, he's funny.
But it's the brilliant Michael Che bit where he's like, he likes Donald Trump and he wouldn't vote for him as a president. You think he'd be an awful president. This was before he was elected. But he was like, imagine being at an after party and... people like, shit, Trump's here. Like, you'd be like, I want to talk to this guy.
Yeah. I don't know, man. He doesn't drink.
Donald Trump. Yeah, but he doesn't need to drink, bruv.
Yeah.
The things he's saying sober in front of people on air. So imagine what he says at a party.
You reckon if Hancock showed up at a party, it'd be boring?
He'd be fucking dead.
God, let's be honest. That is the deadest party ever. That's the quickest way to kill a party.
Yeah, imagine.
Do you reckon she was just taking one for the team?
But you say that.
This
Bojo shows up at your house party. It would be a laugh.
Yeah, we're agreeing.
Yeah, but he is a wanker though. I don't like.
But he would be fun. You would sink pints with the chaps.
he would sing pints with the chaps. I wouldn't, because if he wasn't the prime minister of our country, I'd probably find him fairly entertaining.
Yeah.
But I couldn't sit there in good conscience and with him be like, all right, then go on then.
Yeah.
Let's all discuss it, shall we? Who's had the best blowjob here? Who does?
You ain't got a pig's head.
Yes. Okay, let's get the weirdest thing we can drink right now.
You know, it would be a laugh though. Like I don't agree with him at all, but he would genuinely be a laugh. And
that's the Michael Che bit where he talks about how he'd rather hang out with Donald Trump than Barack Obama. Because Barack Obama, you're drinking late. Someone says his dirty joke, and he's like, "No, that's not how we talk about women."
Yeah,
and then you'd be like, "Barack, man."
Yeah. But Corbyn, same thing. Corbyn would.
I'd hang out with Piers Corbyn over Jeremy.
Piers Corbyn would be a mad night out.
Definitely does gear.
You get shit faced. You'd be like, right, let's go get all the signs off the tubes. Come home with like a cone and fucking everything.
I think I take your point. I think Piers Corbyn though is one of those, in the movies where like there's a fun guy and then it takes.
He looks like the Wheatos man.
But it takes a dark turn.
Yeah.
I think it's Professor Wheato. It's the first shout for Professor Wheato.
I bring up Professor Wheato quite a lot actually, because I talk about like men going bald, and eventually you end up with that backstrap Professor Wheato. Yeah.
Okay. But then Piers Corbyn would have a dark turn, and then you'd be like, "Oh, it's such a laugh, man. Where are we now? At my ex's house, that bitch." And you go, "Oh,
like
God."
He's an ex.
No, but that's the thing. It's probably like his nanny or whatever.
No. Be his ex. I'm at my ex-wife. It's a houseboat, of course. Yeah. Let's go. Let's sink it.
Fuck it up. Yeah, let's sink it. Yeah.
Get drills and drill into the sides.
Yeah. And it was just someone who's like worked at the coffee shop.
Yeah.
This bitch.
Anyway, we're gonna try and go on a night out with Bojo and Corbyn and seize more fun.
Prime Minister Johnson, Matt Hancock, and Piers Corbyn.
Getting Piers Corbyn. Seems the big.
Anyway, Matt Hancock's a dog, and
fuck him.
I bet this time next week he'll still be in a job.
Right, let's move on.
There's no Agony Uncle, but not in a weird way this week, because we wanted to have a special longer episode on the news. So we're going straight into our final section, which is FailMail. So Tom, do you want to take it away?
Ladies and gentlemen, we asked you what was your worst experience in a car. Okay. Your replies came in pretty thick and fast.
Speedy like a car, some would say.
I was a lot of people getting peed on. I was peed on by a cat. Its wee was so hot it was stinging my legs.
Jesus Christ! In the car?
Yeah.
It was sting. Well, I don't know. I mean, stinging pee would sting anyway, but
what was the cat has hot piss?
Yeah. Do you not know that?
I don't think it would burn your leg.
Yeah, innit? I don't think you get scolded.
You guys aren't drinking enough cat piss.
Times are tough for Tom at the moment. Trying to save where he can. Spat my gum out the window from the passenger seat, and it landed in my grand's hair.
Wow.
She was sitting in the back.
Puking on too many edibles.
That's not good.
It's got to be grim.
My brother was this is classic. My brother, sure. My brother was losing his virginity in a car when a cop tapped on the window.
Oh.
What would you do in that situation?
Come.
I've seen loads of videos where this happens, but the cop always gets involved. And just
Excuse me.
Have you not seen? I love it. It's a great documentary on Pornhub called Big Tit Cop Comes and Jacks Off Virgin Boy. Not seen that?
No.
Great documentary.
It's not in my search history. I was little and being noisy with a massive book, so my dad grabbed it and threw it out the window.
How are you noisy with a book?
I don't know.
How do you read books? I read books like this. Ha ha ha! What a great retort!
Maybe it was one of those kids' books that like had buttons that press and make noises.
But how that is classic men not understanding or controlling their emotions. Of like the guy was like his little child in the back was enjoying a book and he was just there steaming and just going, right,
that's it.
That's it! Books out the window. We've got 4 hours.
I told you about reading.
No, we're not going to get to Newquay by reading. That's not good. Driving a client whilst I was on a shoot and I'd left my salmon bagel on the roof which shot off and hit the car behind. Professional. I do wonder what you would do in the situation where a salmon bagel hit your windscreen.
lot of sex with my ex. Sex. Just a fair few people saying about sex in a car.
What about this? The fact I'm almost 28 and have never had a driving lesson. When are you supposed to? Can you drive, Tom?
No, not yet, ladies and gentlemen, but soon.
You did a test.
Don't laugh like that.
I'll laugh how the fuck I want. I'll laugh and just like the sound of a car engine.
Yeah. When me and Mooch are doing comedians in cars doing podcasts, and you're
comedian on the bus.
and we drive. You're doing comedians on the bus. Comedians in Ubers doing podcasts.
In a pedal
You
bike.
can't film in the Uber, sir. What happens? Why? How comes?
Well, look what he did to a fucking Boris bike. I don't think you should be in
true enough.
charge of a car.
Yeah, you, let alone a houseboat, mate. You fucking can't drive a car. Can't even drive your own house.
So that's what you
Boating.
I've actually driven a lot of boats.
I'm fairly skilled at.
Yeah.
Like, I will take a few things, but not boating.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I can't do that.
Sail, row, whatever you want. I'm pretty good at it.
But how comes you haven't done a driving?
No, I just failed my test, so it's very annoying.
What happened?
I actually only got like 4 minors and I just got 1 major on a roundabout, and that was it.
Yeah, crashed into a car.
Yeah, and then they were like, oh, you can't drive.
Gone the wrong way round on the roundabout.
Oh.
Long. Drove home without noticing a parking ticket stuck to the windshield. No idea how. Oh, fair. And there's the last one I've got. Gave the cyclist a thumbs up, but he was quite far away and he thought I'd give him the finger. So he starts giving me the finger back.
Picked up a new puppy in a brand new car. She got scared, pooed on the dashboard, and I got a flat tire.
Why was the puppy on the dashboard?
I know. That's
Yeah,
absolutely mad.
Because you're
That
scared
feels
shitless.
Yeah.
That feels like a you problem, that one.
Shat all
not
over
the
the
puppy one.
bonnet of the car as we're driving.
My 3-year-old doing the biggest shit in a potty halfway around a safari park. In the car.
Oh, that is amazing. That is amazing because you can't let the kid out,
Nah. You get eaten by a monkey or a lion.
so you've just got to sit there and just enjoy because you can't really roll the windows down either.
Oh.
That's Grimtown. Fuck that. But yeah, I mean,
Would you rather have to do that or snog Matt Hancock?
it's tough.
It's pretty hard.
I'd probably.
I don't want to. Oh, Hancock, no. I don't.
It's kid poo as well.
Yeah, so I'd get over it. I'd take the kid poo. My ex.
I'd
Kid
snog
poo.
Matt Hancock because then you could tell the story.
Kid Boo Hancock.
My-
maybe if you took a recorded it, fine. Yeah, go on. Go for another.
My ex complaining I wasn't cheerful. One day after my mum's funeral. That was like the most like.
Cheer up!
Yeah. Oh, why are you being so boring?
grumpy about?
Oh.
You're really bringing the mood down.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. Well, yeah. I mean, that's not good. Also, in the car as well. I can imagine that just being like, "Are you summing up?" Because you just don't feel like you're really.
You're not up for a laugh.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that'd be me. I've made 3 good jokes on this car journey, and you've not laughed once.
Yeah.
Do you want me to do them again? Did you miss them? Have you got any more? Or is that
I've got a "your mum is so dead" joke.
Spinning into a central reservation on a highway in Canada in a snowstorm.
Oh, fucking hell, that's scary.
Yeah.
I've fortunately never had many scary driving incidents. I'd go through your driving incidents, Tom, but
They don't exist.
I suppose most
I was
embarrassing stuff is...
my mate at university lived in a big house with lots of people, and there was this one poor girl who
who slept under her desk.
No, she was
Same woman.
Every time Mooch starts a story, it's going to be something
And
hectic.
yeah, exactly.
No,
yeah.
she
and there was one poor girl.
Poor girl. No, she was driving her mates back from the pub.
Yeah.
She'd had a couple of pints. She wasn't over the limit.
Okay.
Lost control, skidded, crashed into a car, and all of her mates sued her.
What?
Yeah, were suing her, and they won. And she has to be. She was just constantly paying them back money for the next 10 years.
Were they severely injured?
No, they're all. It was all like they all basically did the whole whiplash thing. And
Oh, that's savage.
absolute
They're not mates, are they?
dickheads.
She's
Yeah.
the designated driver as well, so they're seshed.
Yeah.
They've got... What?
Yeah.
Oh, poor her.
Poor girl.
Her.
Yeah.
Fuck them.
What kind of people? That's
You might
fucking
sue.
awful people.
You might sue, Tom.
I'd sue you. Yeah.
She was. She
and
wasn't
I'd win
like,
the case because
the
you would
most-
spell the thing wrong.
Yeah. I'd pay an impressive lawyer.
You'd be like, brother, can you represent me? And then I'd actually tap up your brother and be like, oh, mate, it'd be funny if Tom loses the case. He'd come out and be like, we've got no evidence, Your Honour. And then be like, that's your case.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mate, why did you do that?
To be
Oh,
fair,
did you
my
see-
brother would sell me out.
Did you see the guy who represented himself for murder?
No, but I bet it was terrible.
Oh yeah, like well,
One of my uncles has been suing my family for a really long time, and he always represents himself in
Just the
court.
giraffe.
No, another
Giraffe
one.
uncle.
Don't
Yeah,
worry.
okay.
As insane.
So there's Uncle Giraffe and Uncle Sue. That's
Yeah.
Why has he been trying to sue your family?
Yeah, he reps himself in court. It's absolutely insane. Yeah.
Why not? Back yourself, mate. I'd do that. Stage time.
Yeah, I think he's pretty illiterate.
Makes two of you.
Yeah.
I'm
Poor
trying to.
guy. And then he's the crazy one. The giraffe guy is actually the chilled uncle.
Yeah, some would say.
Yeah, yeah.
But one day I'll tell you about him.
I've never had sexual intercourse in a car or anywhere. But no.
Yeah, I was about to say.
But have you?
In a car. Yeah. Yeah.
You don't have to. You have to play up to the cameras, Tom. You
Yeah.
can say no. It's fine.
It's fine. Yeah.
You have?
Yeah, bit of action in a car once. Yeah.
Okay. How was
Do
it?
you want to watch this guy who?
Reps himself.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whoa, who's this dude?
This is the
For
guy.
murder.
Yeah, double murder.
Double murder.
Double murder.
He's got the hands. He's
Wow.
ready for business.
This-
He looks quite impressive. Suit and the
Suit's
hair.
good.
Wasn't it?
Yeah, there's no sound coming out at the moment. Mooch, it's quite.
I know.
Oh, he's going for it. To be fair. Wow, with the
I like
hair
it.
as well. I think
The
it's a
Weeknd
really
style
cool
hair.
look. I think
Yeah.
it's a really cool look, and also.
It's all said and done. You will see who is the mass murderer.
Yeah, I think it's at this point. I think it's still you. I think
I can hear it.
because he. No. I'm saying is in the mass murderer.
The state of Florida.
You can't be too intense if you're going up for murder. That's
You want to seem likable.
you want to seem chilled.
You
like-
seem pretty murdery right
Yeah,
now.
he looks like he's going to finish this speech by pulling a gun out.
Yeah. I'm not the murderer.
The evidence is going to show that law enforcement
I like the pauses.
with evidence to meet their such high burden of proof.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Did he get off?
No.
Okay.
Okay, that's all we needed to know. Right.
Yeah, he is still very much.
In prison.
Do you want me to do an impression of Tom?
The judge actually said, look, in a different set of circumstances, I could see you doing really well as a lawyer, but please, for the love of God, take counsel for this next bit because you're not going to be able to do this very well, which is bargaining his sentence and stuff.
So
like that.
let me just do a quick impression of Tom, who's on trial for double murder, representing himself. Okay, so basically, like, it just wasn't me. That's it.
The shaggy defense.
Just really quickly.
Okay, really quickly. It wasn't me. Like, I've got evidence, but I haven't got it with me. But yeah, basically it.
There we go. I would plead the shaggy. Okay, guys, thank you so much for listening to All I Do Is Fail. I am Tom Earls. You can follow me at all good social media platforms.
Ali Woods Gigs, you know where to find us. And if you want another episode of this every week, then patreon.com/AIDIFpod, and you'll get that for £4 a month. So £1 a week, you get an extra episode every week. Thank you very much to everyone who supports us on Patreon. Appreciate it.
We love you. Thank you very much, guys. Goodbye.
Bye bye.